Hi, this is Stephanie. I noticed I never say my name at the beginning of my videos. Sorry. I'm here to do my January wrap up. So I'm going to start with the two books that I did not finish, which I'm sure no one's surprised by. The Stand and Clash of Kings. I started Clash of Kings sometime last month. I only made it 170 pages into it. It is really good. There's like new characters that are like new perspectives that we're getting. I don't know if you haven't read it for whatever reason you don't know. Each chapter is like told from a different person's perspective, and so there are new characters whose perspective we're getting. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I am gonna wait, I guess, till March to read this. And then The Stand didn't happen either. I'm still about 500 pages into it. It is getting really intense. So, in case also you don't know about this one, basically, the U.S. military creates this like super flu that I assume is to use like in warfare, and it gets out, and it basically travels exponentially, and everyone gets it. And there's only a certain people that have survived it. I don't know what like it says 99% of the population is wiped out. And so the first part, like most of what's happening is everyone is dying. And now there's like some people that are kind of like starting to group together. And there was a really good, I'll have to find it for when I do my like final review of it. But there's like one guy who makes a really, really interesting statement about that and like how that it's not going to be good basically when people start to find each other. So I'm really nervous. Randall Flagg makes his appearance in this book. I think this is his first appearance because I don't really recall him from the other ones, but I know that that's like a recurring character that Stephen King uses. So books that I finished. I finally finished Some Sing, Some Cry at the very beginning of this month. So I have mixed feelings, I guess. I'm pretty sure I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. It's a multi-generational tale. So we start with Ma Betty, who's a grandmother, and then her granddaughter Eudora, and they move from Sweet Tamarind, I think, to like Charleston. They moved to Charleston, and so I was really, really invested in those two characters, and I thought they were super well written. And then Eudora grows up, and then she has 2 children, and then also super invested in those 2 kids. I was waiting somewhere, and I was bawling hysterically, crying so much because I felt so much for them. But then the next generation happens, and I was not as invested in the characters, specifically Cinnamon. So if you've read this book, you know who I'm talking about. But Cinnamon is one of Eudora's daughters. So Eudora has 2 daughters, and then each of them has 1 daughter. So the daughter of one of them, she basically wants to become this opera singer, and I don't know. I wasn't invested in her character at all, and I was kind of irritated too because it felt like in each generation, like in each tale, there's like the goody 2 shoes, and then the wild one who wants to be like a performer, but like like the jazzy kind compared to the serious kind, and so I just felt like she kept like reusing, or they so if take back everything that just came out of my mouth. I can't pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. But so that was kind of irritating because I felt like it was the same characters, just like new people with the same characters. Towards the end, it got more into like the like political revolution of the '60s, and I thought that was like I wish that they had kind of skipped over Cinnamon's tale a little bit and then got to that because that was like much more interesting. So I put it down for quite a bit because that lull, I didn't really like that very much. And then once that happened towards the end, it was really good. But then it like finished super quick. So yeah, and I feel like I don't know. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was enjoyable, and there's definitely some parts in it that like I really, really loved. But overall, yeah, it's a 3 star for me. And then the next books I read, oh my gosh, I'm already like way off. Okay, most of the rest of the books I already have done like review wrap ups of because they were for the TBR Takedown and the 24 and 48. So I'm going to link both those videos below. But I read Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, which is the first book in the Southern Reach trilogy. I loved this. It was so good. I don't remember star ratings. I think 4. It was super creepy, atmospheric. Wonderful, wonderful story and really small. I can't wait to get to the other ones. And I read The Bride Stripped Bare, which is by an Australian author, Nikki Gemmell, and it was interesting. The sexual parts of it I thought were ridiculous, but I was kind of like very, very engaged in her feelings and her emotions, and so it was pretty good. So I gave it 2 stars. Then I read, I think, Sign of 4, The Sign of 4, which is the second book in the Sherlock Holmes series. I still don't really like Sherlock. I don't even remember what happened in this book, to be 100% honest. That's probably not great. I think I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, it was okay. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but again, I just told you I don't remember what happened, so it's obviously not that good. No offense, Arthur Conan Doyle. And then I read the books for the... Oh, and I did want to mention, this book is told all in second person, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't realize that it was happening until like I was pretty far into the book. I didn't realize it was in second person, which I think is strange also. I read Cocaine Blues by Carrie Greenwood. This was my BookTube Recommends book for the month. Super, super fun. Another Australian author. I read 2 Australian authors this month. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Pretty quick, cute mystery book. Lots of good times. I also read The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. This was fantastic. I'm also really looking forward to reading more of this. I basically discovered a bunch of great new authors. This is How You Lose Her by Junot Diaz. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, it was pretty okay. I'm definitely looking forward to reading Oscar Wilde after reading this because I feel like everyone hypes up Junot Diaz so much and I didn't love this. So I want to see if maybe his other book appeals to me more. And then 10th of December, so good. Just read it, please. You should go get it. It's so good. It's short stories. It's fantastic. So good. Yay. And then, so those I have all, I have like wrap ups and I'll link them below. The last book that I finished was Geek Love by Katherine Dunn. I'm really excited. My book club is meeting tonight to talk about this. Holy cow. I did not know what this book was about other than like I knew it was parents kind of like messing with babies when they're in utero to try to make them become strange humans, and that is what happens, but it is like so much more than that. I guess she was really inspired by like the Jonestown killings. I think those are the people. So it's so good. I kind of don't want to tell you what it's about because I didn't know what it was about, and like experiencing it just totally, like blank was fantastic. It was so good. It is, I guess everyone says that it's like really disturbing. I did not find it that disturbing. So I don't know what that says about me. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting that was like super disturbing, but it's just like mild disturbing. It's not like crazy. The only thing that really, really bothered me about this book, and it wasn't a fault of the book, it was just I really didn't like the way I didn't like the way that Artie treated his sisters, or anyone, to be 100% honest. But yeah, so the way that the siblings interact within each other, yeah, this book is just so good. This is the worst review. I'm so sorry, guys. I just really want you to read it, and I don't want to tell you what it's about. I will say that it's from one of, it's these two, it's Crystal Lil and Al, and they get pregnant and they have a bunch of kids, so they have a son, Siamese twin daughters, Ollie, who's our main character, and then another little boy. So it's told from Ollie's perspective, who's like a hunchback albino midget, I guess you would say. A hairless hunchback albino midget. And so at the very beginning, it's in present day, and she's like kind of like watching over her daughter, I suppose, and then it goes back in time, and then it tells us like the meat of the story. It's really interesting. I just can't. It's so good. This is terrible. Please just go read it if you haven't read it, and if you can stomach some more disturbing things, I guess, because other people seem to think it's disturbing. So those are the books that I read. I also read All My Friends Are Dead while I was waiting to use the bathroom at my friend's house, which is just like this tiny little book of ridiculousness. I don't know. It was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Probably more of a 2. I'm gonna go change that to 2 stars right now, actually, because it was okay. So hope everyone's having a great day. Sorry, this was shice. It was not good, but have a great day, anyways.